Watch him throw the ball, we gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through 4th and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Trap or Dive Podcast. I'm your host of the Trap or Dive Podcast, Mual. Dre is in the building, man. And I see y'all in the chat. We got another Dre in the chat. Chef Dre, Monty. Monty, what's up, man? How you feeling? My mom was reading the book. Well, she almost done, actually. I don't know what page. I don't know what number she on, but she almost done. She's taking her time reading it, bro. But she loved the book. Just want to share that to you. I'm going to take a look when she done reading it. Things of that nature. But let's get the administrative items out of the way as we get through this post-game recap. As always, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're on the YouTube side. Twitch, Twitter, follow, etc. Try to migrate over to YouTube if you can. Podcast, man, you know what time it is. Hit the button. Just hit the button. Rate and review. It takes 10 seconds to do so, and it's free to show you support that way. Game is over. One more game, Dre. This upcoming Saturday, and we are on to the regular season. Score doesn't matter, but for logistical purposes. 31-17, Washington loses to the Cincinnati Bengals. Bro, I was start with the good, right? I was pretty impressed with like the offensive flow early on, right? I think it was good to kind of see some questions get answered. Specifically when you're talking about an offense who we had a question that we posed last show, maybe, when we were asking about like if the offense was concerning to some extent. And I mean, granted, I don't have that much respect for the Cincinnati Bengals defense. But when you're talking about a 4-play drive where every play but one play was somewhat of an explosive play, 10+ yarder, right? Because Jaden Daniels scores on a 14-yard run, scramble. But then you have C-Rod break off for 30, and Devo break off for 19 on his run to start the drive. I think it was very promising to see just how explosive they could be, and at least to start there or to make their debut for 2025. My bad. Hold on. I gotta unmute you. My bad. That's on me. Right,
no, cool. No, yeah, like we was talking about earlier, we were concerned hearing some of the reports coming out of training camp that the offense hasn't looked, as sharp as we hoped they would look. But that could have been more of the defense. But tonight, that's what you wanted to see out of the offense. I mean, they came out, and like you said, everything was clicking. Even in the second drive when Jaden sat down, the finishing drive with Bill, he comes exploding onto the scene for a touchdown. Like, things just look good. Look like Cliff had those boys working. I loved how they got Debo going early, like basically letting you know this guy's going to be a big part of the offense. He was the first one to touch the ball. Only thing I was sad about watching that offense, I mean, it's a stupid complaint. It's not even a complaint, but I didn't get to see my boy Jaden throw one pass, but we didn't need him to. The most important thing is Jaden looked explosive on his one run. And I mean, he got out of the game injury free. The offense looked good. So, I mean, I couldn't complain about anything I saw of the offense, at least because they got out to the start you wanted to see them get off to, especially with your starters playing, because last week, you know, you got blown out by the Patriots, but none of the starters played. This week, the starters played. They look a lot better. Only thing that was probably a little bit concerning to me wasn't really the offense, was more so the defense just got some of those little discipline issues to clean up. And the only reason I say it's a concern is because it was a concern last year in a lot of moments, just some of those little discipline things, the penalties. But I thought their energy and their effort was there, and that was good to see. Like, I mean, those guys were flying after Burrow. Shit, Burrow almost got hurt. I don't know what Cincinnati was thinking playing that dude for as long as they did, but that was almost malpractice what they did with Burrow out there.
Yeah, I think out of everything, they picked the perfect game to put on the Chris Rodriguez and Bill Merritt show. Like everybody was firing on all cylinders from the offensive line, the tight ends. John Bates, he's the reason why both touchdowns happened. But John Bates put on the show. The offensive line, Josh Connolly, the rookie, had some good reps in the run game as well. And at one point, you're talking about, I think they had like 6 carries for 106 yards to start the game. So, like I said, if you're talking about a game where all of the drama before the game was about B-Rob, I mean B-Rob and Terry, but mostly B-Rob, like that was a surprise that he was not playing. That is something that you would like to see, like your young guys at least showing up in the immediate game following the news. So that's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like how Cliff came out with the offense with the first team. Um, a lot of the public practices that have been available, you didn't see Debo get involved at all in jet sweeps or anything of that nature. So to start the game off, putting the ball in his hands, is like, hey, I finally got my weapon I've been looking for since I joined the NFL ranks. And this is something that you guys need to see on film, how we're going to utilize the motion game with him and actually giving him the ball. So that was dope. Um, the offensive line was doing their thing, the first team, and that was without Lermy Tunsil at left tackle. You had Andrew Wiley playing left tackle. You had Connolly Jr. at right tackle, Allegretti at left guard. No, was it? I think he was at right guard and Chris Paul was at left guard.
Yeah,
Chris
and then you
Paul's
had Wiley at tackle.
Yeah, Chris Paul is definitely making this team. Chris Rodriguez burst for what, maybe a 35, 40-yard run.
40.
If we're talking about B-Rob, you seen him only do that one time, which was last year. Prior to that, longest run was 25 yards. Um, I think that you got a good little glimpse of this offense. Even if you think Cincinnati's defense is bad, that's exactly what you're supposed to do against a bad defense. Is move downfield. So that's great. Um, yeah, I mean, and then when you think about defensively, I think that it was solid for their effort that they showed without playing with like the full repertoire guys, especially like a Bobby Wagner. Of course, you would have loved Louvu, especially being in the league for so long, not getting fooled there by Joe Burrow. But that's why Joe Burrow is also one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Being able to use his cadence and understanding what was going on. So many times they bluffed the blitz that it was only right for Joe to keep threatening them because he could see that the timing had Louvu a bit jumpy there. But I mean, I think it was great. Everyone came out healthy. That's the main part, offensively and defensively, from those that played a part of the one unit. And yeah, I think the other part of this game to take away, I don't think there's going to be a lot of dudes that make this team that can actually be of service. Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, and it's kind of concerning because it's like I didn't even think about it until we just got on here to do this episode. Where was Ben Sinnott tonight?
He was on the field, but I mean that's that question, and I mean Luke McCaffrey. Like I genuinely didn't see.
I don't even need to ask about
I
Luke. I
no,
just know
but I'm
Luke's
saying
Luke's
I didn't see him on. I didn't see him on the field, but I did see Ben on the field. I genuinely didn't see Luke, and if y'all saw him on the field, I don't. I did see him on special teams.
First team. He was
Luke
with the first
McCaffrey
team.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
He was on the boundary.
They didn't run. They didn't pass the football all but one time.
Right.
So yeah, he was on. He played. He played almost probably until the third. He ain't do nothing.
But you know it's hard to evaluate the receivers when Sam Hartman's at least throwing the ball. I mean, Josh Johnson wasn't bad, but Sam Hartman's terrible, man.
That's actually part of the point that I think AJ should be talking about. Like, some of these people ain't gonna make it, and he one of them. Like, when he got in the game, bro, the first play was almost an interception, and then he said, "Don't worry, bro. don't worry, bro. I got you with the pick." Yeah, so like I just think it is tricky trying to, especially in preseason, bro. You're talking about Josh Johnson, Sam Hartman, and I don't think Josh Johnson actually even played a bad game. It was just that one interception, which was not good. Like your man getting strapped, and it hurts that you don't even see the safety over top of the cornerback giving him some help. So it was just a bad decision. But I had to say, like the receivers in question, Luke McCaffrey. I don't know exactly what's going on to him, but Ben Sinnott as well. Like, he had one target, and it was a bad ball from Hartman. Like, high, he's going to his right. Ben Sinnott he's going to his right, and Sam throws it high and inside, which forces him to try to adjust to the ball. So, and it was a third down short of the stick, so like you was getting off the field anyway. That's the one target that Ben Sinnott did get that I saw. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to harp too much on those guys because, like, I think they're going to get a lot of time on Saturday. But somebody who did take advantage of his opportunities is the rookie Jalen Lane.
Yes.
Like the great catch. I mean, I got to give, if there's one thing I do give credit for it, the best catch came from Sam Hartman. I think they were breaking out, or it was like a corner or something. No, he ran an out route. My bad. But a really good route setup, able to flip the defender's hips and get him out of position. And Sam threw a dime towards the sideline, and it was a contested ball, but Jalen had the concentration, was able to make the grab, got flagged too. The defender did, but still came down with it, ended up with 3 catches for 42 yards on the day. I think Jalen Lane is like cementing himself as a solid option for Jaden when the regular season does start.
Yeah, and that's what actually, when I was thinking about this game earlier today, I was saying, I wonder how they're going to do Jalen Lane, because remember last week against the Patriots, we didn't really get to see him play until the second half. So I was like, that's a little strange. But tonight he flashed, and that's what you wanted to see. You saw the route running, even the punt return. I mean, it wasn't like he had a big punt return, but you just kind of see some of that ability that they talk about that he has. Like, you just know he's probably 1 or 2 steps away from taking anything to the house. But like I said, what's even more impressive to me is the route running. Like, I mean, it's one thing, we know he has the burn of speed. We didn't get to see a lot of him in the offense at Virginia Tech last year. But this year, now you're hearing these things in training camp that he has these abilities. He can route run. Even Jaden's talking about him on the sideline. Jaden said that kid gets better every day. So this is someone they obviously think highly of. We've heard great things about him all summer, but the great thing is he flashed tonight. Like I said, he had tough catches, with the route running, with the hands, tough hands as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him more so with Jaden and the starters, with him and Debo and Terry and all of those guys when they get on the same field, because then it's going to be pick your poison. It's going to be one of the best offenses we've seen talent-wise, at least on paper, that we're going to see collectively as a group in a long time for the Commanders.
Another thing that I think about transitioning to at least the defense side of the ball, 3 people in particular for me: Jake Martin, Quan Martin, and Will Harris. Like, they all stood out for their own reasons. Jake Martin had at least 4 pressures. And I think that's important. One, because he had it against like their first teamers, their second teamers, and at least I think I'll stop there because I don't know how deep. I know Jake played, I think, until like the second half. But I don't know if they had their second or third team in whenever Jake Martin got out. Anyway, but at least their first and second teamers, he was getting pressures, had at least 4 or 5 pressures on the day, had a quarterback hit. But like one of the things that I liked going into the season and going into training camp with Jake, like his effort and motor is relentless. And his pass rush moves, his ability to get to the quarterback and pressure the quarterback is overlooked by people because of like, I mean, I guess because the journeyman nature of him. You don't really know too much about him. He's pushing 30, not there yet, but he's pushing 30. So like you just hope that he brings you something on the edge. But if you all understand a little bit about Jake Martin, you know that he can get to the quarterback. So maybe this is a good year for Jake in this system to like bring to light his pass rush abilities. Even talk in practice, training camp at training camp practice about how working with Von Miller helps him get even better. I think he works with him in the offseason too, but working together on the same team now is even better. So Jake Martin for sure. I'll be quick with Quan. Impact plays in terms of like the goal line, 2 goal line stops. The second one they scored, but at the same time, the ball just barely got over and reached that white plane. So 2 really good situations for Quan Martin, being around the football and closing gaps and being fast, showing his play speed. And then obviously Will Harris in coverage had a couple good plays too. So those are the 3 people particular for me that stood out on defense.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, you said some of the guys. I think Will Harris, he showed that he can cover. Um, I seen that in practice when I was there that day. I think going against some other competition, he can show more within that coverage room. As far as his skill set, you've seen Kinlaw's strength within the D line. I think that first unit played well together. I like the stunts that they're running. Um, I seen Armstrong beat a double team inside and create some pressure. So I was impressed by the defensive line as a whole. I think that once you get a Bobby Wagner out there, things would look even better from like lining up people and also being more aggressive in the run game. But yeah, I like what I seen out of Marshawn. Um, as far as like you could see his technique in place. You could also see Mikey Sanderstrill. Everyone looked good first team. I don't really want to harp on the second and third teams because I mean a lot of those guys, yeah,
Yeah, I don't even waste my time with
they
like we're
not
talking about what's the dude name who's getting cooked today? I don't even what's
Vigors,
this dude?
Bright
No,
Vigors and Price.
Price.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting my time talking about them. What are we doing? Like they got
Yeah.
Jonathan Jones, Noah Igbenogany, Mike Sammerstill, your boy Trey Amos, and Marshawn Lattimore. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, I will say before Dre speaks, Kane Madrano, he definitely
Madrano.
he definitely looked solid. I mean,
Yeah.
at UCLA he struggled getting off of blocks or whatever. But I guess the comfortability having his former defensive coordinator as a linebackers coach is helping him. And probably as things go on, he'll learn even more nuances. But he looked comfortable out there. He didn't look out of place. That's one major thing I could take away from him stepping into that role for Bobby Wagner. He looked comfortable. Of course, maybe with more snaps might be exposed, but in the limited series that he did have in the game overall, he looked comfortable. So I think that was a great takeaway as he's actually able to get on the field in comparison to the other guy that, is being raved about so much. We haven't seen him on the field to really speak of, but Kane has been on there. And he looks pretty solid for the most part right now.
Yeah, I mean, all of the guys you all named, I noticed them as well. But another guy I do want to acknowledge, and I know AJ has talked about him in the past, is just a special teamer. But Jeremy Reeves. Jeremy Reeves seems like, this summer you're hearing the great things about him. He showed up in the Patriots game. He flashed on defense, and he flashed again today, I thought. I mean, he just seems like he's making plays, and the coaches trust him on defense. And as we kind of heard DQ say, he's going to probably be in those 3 safety packages, which kind of what happened to Percy Butler? Like I almost kind of forgot about him. Is he hurt? Like
he played.
Yeah,
a couple plays a day.
Okay, so I must have missed him because that's a guy's name I haven't heard in a while, but that was who I thought was going to be in those 3 safety packages. But it seems like Jeremy Reeves is kind of climbing that ladder. And this is a guy I trust just because of how good he is on special teams. Like, he's so good on special teams. He's so smart, all pro on special teams. So if the guy can get on the field on defense and he's making plays, you already know the coaches are going to trust him. So that's a good thing to see somebody like that kind of step up and maybe step up to be, one of those extra starters that Joe Wick kind of talks about. So he's one. Our guy Dietrich Wise. I mean,
let's pause on Reeves right quick. You still got the floor, but I want to talk about Reeves, bro. 4 snaps defensively last year. That's it, and 0 in 2023. Like, I think. And it's crazy because he's been in the league for a long time, right? But he's only 28 years old. So, like, you're in your prime right now if you're Jeremy Reeves. And I think for somebody like him who is looking for that opportunity just to get on the field defensively, as well as, like, all of those special team snaps that he sees, I think this is a big preseason. Like, they're showing him, definitely, like, that opportunity to get on the field defensively and what can you do with the starters. Like, this is a big, big opportunity for him. And I think that in those snaps that he has seen with the first and second team, I think that he has done a really good job and made a really strong case for himself to, like, get in the mix for that 3rd safety spot when the regular season comes around.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a guy that I trust, even though we may not have seen him in the past play a lot of defensive snaps, but he's showing what he can do now. And just because of his reputation of what he does on special teams, like, I'm actually excited about the prospect of him being kind of that 3rd safety because, I mean, no knock on Percy Butler, but I just don't think Percy has ever kind of made the impact to make me feel comfortable when he's on the field. I mean, not to say he's out there, messing up or having bad games, this, that, and the third, but he's not out there doing anything impactful to me to notice that he's the 3rd safety. So I think a Jeremy Reeves kind of stepping up in that spot makes me feel comfortable. And, moving on from Reeves, I did kind of want to talk about Dietrich Wise. Dietrich Wise is a guy I noticed out there. To be honest with you, I know Troy Aikman and them said it on the telecast that it was the correct call, but I honestly didn't think that was a real horse collar. Like, I thought that was a little petty. I thought it was because it was Joe Barrow. They were about to hurt Joe Barrow, and the refs had to protect him some kind of way. So either way, I just thought it was nice that him and Dorrance Armstrong was kind of getting that pressure on the quarterback, because that's been one of the concerns that we've been kind of worried about with this team. Like, where is the pass rush going to come from? Are they going to be able to get to the quarterback? Fans wanted to trade for every edge rusher that was available this past offseason. And mind you, we haven't even seen Von Miller yet. So hopefully when he gets into the fold as a situational pass rusher, it's going to be creating even more havoc. So I do like what I've seen of from the defensive line as a whole. Like, they're showing that they can get to the quarterback. Hopefully they can be in situations where they're able to create consistent pressure just rushing forward. Like, you don't want to blitz all the time, even though I know Joe Wick can bring the heat and he can bring the pressure, but you want to be able to see your front 4 get home consistently, so those back coverage guys, they can make life a lot easier on them. But overall, I'm with you all. Like, the defense, I just thought the defense, They showed a lot of energy. They were good. But again, the only thing that was annoying to me was those penalties, even though some of them may have been a little bit questionable, but it's still something you want to see get cleaned up, because that was an issue last year.
Where are we at? Yeah, Quan played well. What's up, JB, Aoshi, Bowie, Rob? Yes, McGee is always hurt. Shout out to Deuce, who is we're gonna add you to the club of I hate Percy Butler. Where is Moneyball mentioned Mitchell Tinsley? I think that was probably right on cue, given that it was a Monday night game. He showed out, former Commander. I did think that he had a statement to make. I mean, salute to him. But you know, it is what it is, bro. Things happen all the time. You know, I don't know why they moved on. Like I really don't know why they
That
moved
was
on.
Ron's man.
In the moment, you said, yeah, it was. But you know, you do what you got to do. Where is so they said after the game? Where is it?
We got
Let's
a
go
Trey
for
Amos update.
B-Rob.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I actually don't know. Let's see if they talked about Trey Amos. Dan Quinn said he and Adam Peters met with Brian Robinson yesterday, and he wanted to let the team know there's a ton of moving parts this time of the year. Okay, so that's Dan Quinn mentioning Brian Robinson in a conversation that he and Adam Peters had with Brian. So they knew yesterday that he wasn't playing today. So moving parts, i.e., you probably gone. It's probably your last game with us, bro. Any thoughts on that while I'm scrolling? Because it was something else that I was looking for, but I can't remember. So I'm scrolling right quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about Brian Robinson a lot in Trap and Dive history. And this year we've had like different conversations in regards to him. Um, you know, can they upgrade the running back position? Then the draft happened, free agency happened. We all had our different takes. I think that the news that leaked over the weekend is not. It shouldn't be built around Jakrowski Merritt. It should more so be the fact that why? Because I ain't calling man Bill.
Is that
No, bro. Like you just
Corey
merged.
Merritt? Yeah,
You merged.
Jakrowski.
Because it's like it's such a foreign. It's
Just
a
call
foreign
him
name to
Bill,
me,
bro. Like this
Call him
Bill is
Bill, bro.
easy.
Man just
bruh.
merged all his names in, bro.
I said on here I will never call that man
Jaquariot,
that
bro.
name,
Why
bruh.
not? I mean, just call him
Because
Bill.
it don't make
Just call
sense
him.
to me.
Just call him Jaquariot,
But he
bro.
gave a reason why his name is Bill. He said he had a bald head when he was a kid, and people called him Little Bill. So it just stuck with
I'll
him.
call him Lil Bill.
No,
So
call him Bill.
I mean, why
Lil
would you want to be
Bill.
called
It
Lil
don't.
Bill? But either way, I don't think that he's the reason why the situation that's happening with Brian Robinson. I think there was a disconnect going back to last year with him and his running style and how they really wanted him to tote the rock. And now, final year of the contract, just 3 million due. You got a room where each running back in that room can play special teams and has played special teams at some portion of their career, or willing to do so. I think that you just can't go into when regular season happens and having to wonder how to construct your roster as far as who's going to be active and inactive. And I think that it's coming out this time because they want to do right by B-Rob. It sounds crazy, but they want to give him an opportunity to land with a team now versus when the major cuts take place next Tuesday, before next Tuesday at a certain time frame. So I think that yeah, you seen the last time you seen B Rob was against the Eagles. Um, and that's just what it is. I think that the team is just gonna do running back by committee. I seen it here that someone is as an RB1 or not an RB1. I don't think that's how Washington is looking at it. I think Washington is looking at it from a standpoint of running back by committee and also not tipping their hand on what a certain player is going to do in that backfield. Because when B Rob's in the game, you pretty much know that they're going to run the ball. Like, he ain't really no threat in any other aspect offensively. So it's like now when you add in Lil Bill, Austin Eckler, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, they can all bring an element to that field that brings versatility. So it sucks because a lot of people are fans of B Rob. A lot of people aren't. Yeah, a lot of people aren't. I could say I wasn't a fan of his running style, and what I felt like he brought to the team. But I
Yeah,
think
you just ain't
that
think he was a good RB1.
we nah, he not an RB1 at all in this league. Did he carry the ball most of the time for the team? Yeah, but he wasn't RB1. He's just a jag. And we doing the show tomorrow?
I think
Hell
Thursday.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
Thursday.
Oh, so I was gonna say, by this time tomorrow he'll be released. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on B Rob.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts, and I like B Rob. I was never not a fan of B Rob, but at the same time, B Rob was just kind of your average run of the mill running back. There was nothing special about him. I mean, I don't even think has he ever eclipsed 800 yards in his career. I mean, he's missed games every year. I mean, he didn't,
Yeah,
get over 1,000.
797.
Yeah. So, I mean, but a lot of fans are acting like this is a huge, huge loss or a huge, huge blow to the team. And my thing is, they don't make this move unless they're confident of what they have in that room. And we talked about this is something else I've noticed, and I talked about it in the last couple of weeks. Dan Quinn, when he was asked, the strengths of the team, like what position groups are the strengths of the team, running back was the first one he named. So looking back on it, that goes to show that they were so confident in what they had, they're okay with letting B Rob go. And I know that they are letting him go early too, just to let him get a head start on, latching on someone else, like you said, AJ, before the cuts happen next week, where everybody's looking for a job. But at the same time, they're doing this because they're confident in what they have. And I trust what they see. I trust that they know what they want to run their system. And I don't think B-Rob was necessarily 100% fit for the system they want to run. Like you said, when he's in the game, he's one-dimensional. They're going to run the ball. Cliff wants to be unpredictable. Cliff wants guys in there that can be kind of interchangeable. They can do different things. They can be threats out of the backfield. So, they were confident in the move. I'm fine with it because, like I said, if Bill shows up, as the guy that he's been all summer, honestly, Chris Rodriguez has been a little bit of a surprise to me. I didn't know what his roster status was going to be, but he had a really good showing tonight, and obviously they like him. He was the first running back to get a carry tonight. So, I mean, you still have Eckler, who's obviously going to be your pass catching threat out of the backfield. He's not going to be the in between the tackles guy, but they have a number of guys that can step in at any point and do different things for this team. And I think that they felt like that was more of a fit right now than what B-Rob can bring to the team. So I don't think it's this huge loss that a lot of fans think. Yeah, sure, B-Rob was tough in the trenches. He can get a tough yard or two, but I just don't think that B-Rob was special enough for some of the worrying that fans are doing and saying, oh, well, you can't rely on a rookie running back. I mean, rookie running backs come in the league and shine all the time. I mean, just be patient. We'll see what happens.
Let's close the book on Trey Amos. Or Amos, I think. I don't know. It is what it is. Trey Amos. Dan Quinn said that he had some hamstring tightness, so that kept him out. It was a precautionary thing, but he would have played if this was the regular season. And then one more thing. First off, Quinn said he was excited about how the defensive line played tonight. I think we can all agree, like they were playing amped up. And caused some havoc pretty early. I think it got Wise juiced up too, Dietrich Wise, because like what the fuck, like man just hung on and just like slung him by the horse collar, and then had the nerve to complain about the John. I'm like, bro, like, but I brought it up because Coach said he wants to look at the tape of the horse collar call, and I'm like, bro, like, I mean, I get it, you was coaching, so you probably ain't seen the replay, but I'm like, bro, it ain't much to look at.
It wasn't the most egregious horse collar because I had to look at it double time. Like, all right, I guess I can see why they called it, but
that man went from shoulder pads to hooking in that joint and just said, just throw the motherfucker. All right, let's close out on the comments. What do we have in here? Moneyball. Ben told Mual about B-Rob, and he's handling the situation like a sore loser by not showing up to the game.
Terry didn't show up either.
Terry ain't show up. Sam Cosby didn't show up. So now what, bro?
I mean, I think I think some people gotta understand how that stuff works. Like as an agent, if you don't know if your guy's on the bubble of a team, like you're checking in to see, like, hey, is my guy gonna make this squad? If not, like, hey, could we possibly get out of this sooner than later? And why would he need to show up to the game? Like, we all know what's going on. Once that came out, you knew that the inevitable was taking place. It's no different than Jonathan Allen. It's just that J.A. was a higher paid athlete, but either once you put out there news like that, most teams not going to trade for him because you're going to cut him. So why would you need to do it? Terry McLaurin, I don't know what's going on with that boy. Honestly, I really don't understand what
I'm
is
not
going
I'm
on.
not even thinking about him or Sam Cosmi. I mentioned Sam Cosmi's name, but I
Yeah, I
don't
mean
care. I don't
Cosme
care, bro.
coming back from an ACL, so that Terry, I just don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm out of conversation with him. Like, I mean, I'm gonna try to get somebody on for his Thursday, but so by default we're gonna have to talk about him again. But yeah, I don't.
But hey,
I don't
look,
have no
Moneyball, you know, Moneyball is a huge Terry fan, which a lot of us are. But he said Trey Hendrickson showed up and he flew with the team, no excuse. But again, Terry didn't show up. So if you're going to hold
They
Trey
also
Hendrickson, you know,
they also said on the broadcast that they literally have the terms and the AAV dollars down packed on the contract. The only thing that's holding them up now is guaranteed. So I'm pretty sure he would travel with the team if he feels like they just have one last piece to get across.
I mean, that's why he ended his holdout. It's been like that for the past 2-3 weeks. He just been waiting for them to get up to where he want to be guaranteed money wise. But with Terry's situation, they not even in speaking terms of the AAV in general. So yeah, I mean.
Oh no, you good. I was about to finish going through these comments.
I would say Duke Riley, and only being with the team for 1 week looked good.
Yeah, almost had a touchdown. Hey, Mual, I got an assignment for you, though, and I need a Josh Connolly Jr. cut up because, I mean, my naked eye, he looked pretty damn good again. But again, that was just my naked
I think
eye.
he did too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need a good cut up of him.
I'm gonna be real strategic with the two upcoming telework days I got. I'm gonna go with Connolly, and I'm gonna find probably a couple other players who had like about 20-25 snaps. But yeah, I got you. All right, where we at? Bowie, B. Roberts, and Elite R2, two back. Eckler isn't even playing. They must love him. Well, I mean, he in that same category as what's that boy named Wagner and Ertz and all of them. If C-Rod makes the team, we got to thank Bieniemy for that pick. Gruden. Kenny, what's up, player? Cole Turner did all right. And he had his little catch. I wanted to see Trey Amos on the field. I think we all did too, Kenny. We was all talking about the matchup with Jamar and T. And Jamar did end up playing too. Ended up getting one catch though. All right, I think we good. And Bowie ends up saying Terry will be signed. All right. That's gonna wrap it up for us, schedule wise. We do have another show this Thursday. We'll be live Thursday, 7:00. All 32 is going to be here Wednesday, 7:00. There is no post-game show Saturday. So we outside getting drunk. All three of us. I just put that on them. I don't know if they're getting drunk or not. But enjoy the game Saturday. It's no post game. We'll just be back next Tuesday talking about obviously the post preseason finale cuts and all that stuff like that. Final or the initial 53 and things of that nature. So again, Wednesday all 32. Thursday Chopper Dive. No post game on Saturdays. That's gonna wrap it up for us. Y'all take it easy. All the good stuff. We up out of here. Peace.
Chop it down. Chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. Damn, set. Watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it up. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.